Blood Pressure Solution, a concise guide and proven recipes to lower your blood pressure without any medication. Written by Mike Edwards. Narrated by Luke Warren.
Introduction. Hypertension, or high blood pressure, is one of the world's deadliest medical conditions. For one, it's a very covert assassin, one that builds up slowly over time without people knowing it. Another reason why it's such a deadly condition is that it increases the risks for other serious medical conditions such as heart attacks, renal failure, stroke, and aneurysms. Lastly, it's a very deadly medical condition because it's often the result of something that most people find hard to control: diet. Now, more than ever, hypertension continues to afflict and affect millions and millions of people the world over. But hypertension isn't an unbeatable foe. In fact, hypertension is a medical condition that can be easily prevented, and the chances of being able to successfully bring down one's blood pressure are high. As such, hypertension isn't necessarily a death sentence. The battle against it can be won. And that's what this book is about: winning the battle against hypertension or high blood pressure. You will read about the 3 foundations of successful and natural management of hypertension, without expensive maintenance medicines, and practical ways on how to do well in each. As a bonus, I've included 9 deliciously healthy and easy-to-prepare recipes that will help you hit the ground running when it comes to hypertension management. Who says living healthy can't be fun and delicious? So if you're ready, turn the page and let's begin. Chapter 1. Blood Pressure 101. High blood pressure, also known as hypertension, is one of the most common medical conditions in the world today. In the United States alone, there are about 60 million who suffer from the condition. So what makes for high blood pressure? How do you know if you have it? Basically, blood pressure refers to how much force is pressed or exerted on the artery's wall as blood is pumped through it to the rest of the body. Whenever your heart beats, it can pump up to 3 ounces of blood through your body's main arteries that lead to organs. If you want a better picture of how that looks like, think of a garden hose to which several garden sprinklers are attached. When water pressure is too low, you'll notice that the hose is rather soft and not enough water flows through it to the plants around the garden. On the other hand, the hose can be so hard if the water pressure is too strong or high. And if the garden hose is made from very poor quality materials, it's possible for it to burst or have leakages. In essence, that's what your blood pressure is all about. Substitute your heart for the faucet or tap, the arteries for the garden hose, blood for water, and the garden's plants to your body's cells. If your heart pumps blood so strongly that the pressure inside the arteries is so high, it can lead to serious medical conditions. Going back to the garden hose analogy, water pressure from the tap is usually not too strong to increase the water pressure inside the garden hose. Oftentimes, what causes water pressure to increase substantially at any points in the hose are obstructions, whether it's sharp bending of the hose, stepping on it, or something stuck inside, blocking the flow of water. In some cases, though, it can be a result of too much water pressure, too. It's the same with your blood pressure. In most cases, the arteries are obstructed, leading to high blood pressure. In some cases, too, it's about sheer volume of blood. Measuring blood pressure. So how do you measure your blood pressure? Regardless if you're using a manual or digital blood pressure monitoring device called a sphygmomanometer, sphygmo for short, 2 numbers are relevant: the systole and the diastole. The systole represents the pressure of blood flowing out of the heart, while the diastole represents the pressure of blood flowing back into it. In other words, blood pressure, as a measurement, is determined by the heart both working, systole, and resting, diastole. When reading blood pressure measurements, such as 110 mmHg over 70 mmHg, it means that your heart's beating measure and the peak pressure your arteries are subject to at the time of blood pressure measurement is 110 millimeters of mercury, mmHg, and that the pressure in between heartbeats, the lowest pressure applied to your arteries, is 70 mmHg. Normal blood pressure isn't a one-size-fits-all measurement. Normal means different.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?